This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
Mason, this episode... this is for everybody. This isn't just for you.
Uh-huh.
You've trimmed your beard a little bit.
I have a little. A little on the bottom.
Hey, shut up. This is
No.
supposed to be short.
I want to go through the whole routine. A little on the bottom, put a little frizz serum, so there's more frizz.
Yeah, I like it.
And then a bit of keep it nice.
This is brought to you by harrysrazors.com.
So this is relevant.
Actually, but you know what? You've been in my house for like 20 minutes and I don't think I've looked directly at you this entire time you've been here.
It's like looking at the sun, isn't it?
All right, I'm in the show though. We'll come back to that.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, my co-host, Nick Mason.
I'm here.
Yeah, you are.
We're going to talk TV this week.
Yeah, we are talking...
TV of a sort.
Oh, mate, because TV...
I mean, I don't even bloody own a
new...
TV. I don't have to plug in the ear. I don't plug that in. You know what I mean?
The lines of media are blurring as well. Remember when Shadows of the Empire was a book and a comic and, and a video game?
Video game, yeah.
It wasn't a TV, though, was it?
That's right, no. And an endless runner. Remember when Shadows of the Empire was an endless runner?
Man.
I was just...
I was thinking about this the other day. When was the last time you downloaded a mobile game? Because I find that apps are they're just trash
Does
now.
the McDonald's Monopoly app count as a mobile game?
I should say, yeah, in terms of games. Yeah, like
I'll have to look.
because everything's either an endless runner or like it's fleecing you for coins.
All right,
You know what I mean?
Look,
I think the last one for me was Mario Run.
look. The last app I downloaded was an invoicing app for this podcast. But look, I'm still young and cool.
Okay. So you don't know, I mean, just in terms of the last game.
The last thing I have on here prior to that and Netflix is this thing. I was just looking at my phone and there's just this thing. It's just called Find Friends. And I don't recall downloading it. I don't know if it comes with the iPhone. I don't think it does.
Seems like something you downloaded. Let
But
me
like,
check if I've got it.
It's just, I guess if your other friends have it, you can find them on like your GPS, but I have no memory of downloading
I don't
this.
have it.
Why would I have it?
You've clearly gotten lonely
Yeah, that's right.
in the middle of the night and
where are
panicked.
my friends? Well, literally, where are my friends? That's weird, right?
It is a bit. But yeah, I downloaded the Stranger Things mobile game because I'm like, I'll give this a go because we might do it for Caravan of Garbage if it's terrible. I never ended up playing it, but apparently it's fine. So I just...
Is it an endless runner?
No, it's not.
Just
It's
running
like
from
it's like
Demogorgons.
a Zelda kind of top-down.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
8-bit style?
Yeah, something like that. I didn't actually play it because you know how we did the It game for
Yes.
It, which
Yep.
is just, which was an endless
runner, yeah.
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 So no, we didn't get
Where
around
are
to
my
that.
friends, you might ask? They're on the Planet Broadcasting Facebook group.
Oh, very good,
There we
Mason.
go. It's good. We're up to like 1,500 members, which is pretty wild.
Not 1,501 because I'm not on it yet.
No, if you could, that
But
would
I
be...
will.
Okay, good. There's some great stuff in there. There's some art. There's some bloody... if you want to know where's a good place to jump in on like different podcasts, like
good
great
idea, yeah.
episodes, just there's threads on that. There's all kinds of threads.
So you go in, you tap in.
There's
you have
memes about you dyeing your hair.
Hey, that
like
didn't
the
happen.
vain goat man you
It
are.
wasn't a dye. We talked about this. It was a rejuvenation shampoo
okay.
that slowly rejuvenates your hair over a period of time.
Okay.
God. Got my hair cut the other day. It's all grey underneath.
Yeah, absolutely it is. They're like, Mr. Sunday, this is the greyest hair I've ever seen. Somehow, whatever you put in your hair, not a dye, but some sort of rejuvenation serum, has leached all the colour out of all your remaining hair.
I feel like I could rob a bank, get a haircut, come out, and they'd be like, well, that's clearly not him.
No.
That's somebody's dad.
That's right. That man doesn't look spry enough to rob a bank. What are we talking about? I've forgotten.
I know, we should maybe start the
Yeah, we
regular
can do
show,
that.
I guess. They've cast Shazam.
They have.
I mean, it was coming up, wasn't it? They
Yeah.
started filming soon, so they eventually got around
What's
to
his
it.
name again?
Zach Levy or Zachary Levy.
Okay, and what's he been in?
He's the Robin Hood Warriors 3 guy.
Oh, he is too. Yeah. He's
in the last two Thors, not the first Thor.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they recast him and nobody noticed.
Yes,
He's Chuck.
correct. He's Chuck.
Not Good Luck Chuck, your favourite film.
Correct.
He's Chuck from the TV show Chuck.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because on that he's sort of he's a nerdy pocket protector guy who accidentally has CIA secrets in his brain.
Probably.
So
I haven't seen it.
Interesting transformation.
He's Flynn Rider in Tangled. which is a better movie than Frozen, if you don't mind me saying so.
How dare you? I haven't seen them.
Well, it's true, Mason.
Okay. Oh, no, I have seen a mock-up of this guy as Shazam. Looks great.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
And people are like, he's not big enough. Well...
He's like Jim Halpert size.
So
he'll work out
he
a
can
bit,
bulk
it'll
it.
be fine.
I mean, there are, Chris Hemsworth isn't always enormous.
Well, Chris Hemsworth was pretty rake thin before he did Thor. Yeah, if you look at him from like Home and Away days or
That's right.
Dancing with the Stars days, he wasn't the man that you know now, mate.
That's true, yeah.
That you personally know.
Yeah. Now, the question being,
Yeah.
and we actually discussed this in the Planet Broadcasting Facebook group
Get over it.
earlier this week. No, I've got heaps of friends on there. Who do you cast as Billy Batson, the kid?
Yeah, that's tough, man.
A lot of people are saying, is it Finn Wolf? What's his name? Finn Wolfhard?
From Stranger Things.
From Stranger
Which
Things.
one's he again?
He is...
Is he Will?
No, he's Mike, I think. I'd have to check.
I don't know. If he's Will, they should cast him because that kid.
I don't think they should.
The kid with the bowl cut.
No, I don't like him.
He's
at
got
all.
the best
Nah, that's
acting.
awful. That's what my suggestion was, and they won't do this, but I think they should because I guess the idea behind Shazam and Captain Marvel is he's the purest superhero kind of thing, because the superhero version of him is kind of an ideal.
Right.
He's not really a guy. He's just kind of this. Imagine the most heroic man, and he's the most noble, and what have you. He's Superman. He's like cartoon Superman.
Right. Yeah.
So he should be the most purest whatever and
Yeah.
the most innocent kid. But I think they should cast a grown up as Billy Batson.
Why?
Well, they should because the premise of this particular.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, I know I'm an idiot, but hear me out. The DC.
I won't.
Oh, all right, this podcast is over. No, because this DC universe is 20 years on.
Yeah,
It's
right.
been happening for 20 years. Okay. Batman's been fighting crime for 20 years. So what you do is you say, okay, he was a kid 20 years ago.
Yeah,
or
but
15 years ago.
But there was no we've seen Superman. There was nothing like that when he showed up. People were like, "What the fuck?"
But also, but also this universe is a little bit inconsistent in that regard.
Mason,
like
how
when
dare you.
Superman shows up, they're like, "What's going on? This has never happened before." And then 2 movies later, we're like, "Everybody's got a magic sword, steal your soul. Everybody's a crocodile."
Yeah, I understand that, but like a Superman figure turning up 20 years in the past would not go unnoticed.
Unless he's only doing magic stuff.
Unless he's only doing magic stuff.
Unless he's only off in magic realms.
Yeah.
See, here's my feeling. He shows up like maybe not 20, but maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah.
He does some superhero stuff. He does it under the radar. Then maybe Robin is killed.
Yeah.
Who was his friend.
Right.
And then he's like, I'm getting out of this business. And then he leaves. He tries to like make a normal life for himself.
Yeah.
And he becomes like, maybe he's an actor who's older than the guy playing Shazam.
Well, they could just cast him if that's the way you're going to do it, because that's what they did in Kingdom Come.
That's what I'm thinking,
Billy
yeah.
Batson was the same. They looked the same.
They look the
'cause
same, yeah,
that's
right.
what we grew up into.
Anyway, I'm thinking Macaulay Culkin. But also, what I think would work is because if you get a former child star,
Yeah.
because then it's like, oh, remember being young?
Yeah, right.
It's like
okay.
faded youth and,
Like a Sean Astin.
like a fallen star, like a Sean Astin.
Okay. He's
I was
not a
thinking-
fallen star. He's
No,
doing
that's
all right.
true. He's
there,
doing
yeah.
all right. What about Joshua Jackson? From,
Oh, yeah, he'd be good.
Pacey
Okay,
from
yeah, no, I
bloody
can see
Dawson's
that.
Creek. Because you remember him young.
Pacey from Mighty Ducks, Mason.
Sorry.
Is his name Pacey in that? Sure.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'll be honest, saying Pacey was a shot in the dark there. I wasn't 100% sure that was his name.
It was either that or Joey. So.
Joey, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, because then you're like, well, he's, we remember him young and now here he is old and burnt out kind of thing.
Look, I don't disagree with you that that's
Yeah.
a direction they should take.
I don't think they will, though.
No, I don't think they will, because I think they want to look at this superhero as kind of like this, like you said, this being of pure good and innocence.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think, and you rob the kind of fun that they're probably going to put into this movie by he's a broken down middle-aged man.
Yeah, uh-huh.
So I think the direction they want to do fun and light. And,
Yeah.
and it's a kid. Imagine if a kid was Superman, which is essentially
Yeah.
the direction
That's
they're going to
true.
go in. And then you stand him next to this version of Superman. I think that's interesting though, because the version that we've got, which I don't love, that's an interesting contrast to have this kid who looks up to, is literally this, this version of Superman, which I thought we'd initially be getting.
See, that's interesting because if it's a kid now
Yeah.
and he imagines himself as a superhero, he wouldn't imagine himself as super cartoony Shazam. He'd imagine himself as a version of the Superman we have.
But I'm not even sure how society perceives Superman in this
Yeah, we don't
universe,
really
so
know,
It's
yeah.
it's unclear, yeah.
Yeah. So I think you are correct in that they will cast. They'll try and make him more fun and innocent. But I think, given how this universe operates, I think they should go with the burnout grown up.
I think there's enough burnout grown
Yeah, I
ups.
know.
Everybody's
Yeah.
a burnout grown up
Yeah,
in this
I know.
universe. Aquaman, he's not even king.
But also, I figure if they're going to reboot this universe in the next 5 years
Yeah.
anyway, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't really, yeah. Maybe they will.
Yeah.
Well,
just go all in, as they say. Have you seen the billboards?
all in.
They're
Yeah,
kinda fun.
everybody's. Yeah, they've been releasing some pretty good posters, Mason.
But there's giant ones in Melbourne that say Melbourne is all in. They've kind of got.
I don't know if Melbourne's all in.
Yeah, I don't know if we're all in. I'll be honest with you.
Well, do you want to talk numbers for Justice League?
Yeah.
It's tracking an opening weekend in the US of, what do we got here, between 110 to 120 million.
How do we
right?
get those figures again? Is that advanced ticket sales?
Advanced ticket sales, it's just kind of projections and whatnot.
right.
And it probably other things. I don't know how it works exactly. Also, it's often wrong. So it
Sure, right.
doesn't mean anything. People are saying, some people are like,
Nobody's gonna shoot low, are they? Like them decent Warner Brothers marketing team, they're gonna go to the number crunchers and go, "Hey guys, what are we gonna do on this?" Oh, 10 million. Oh, you're all fired then. You didn't do a very good job? Huh, interesting. You're all fired. Out you get.
so
$500 billion? Oh, you all get raises.
let's just make one movie ever. But people are saying it could be a bit of a disappointment because Batman v Superman did 166. But then you also got to look at it. Wonder Woman was projected to do like between like 50 and 60 maybe, and that did 100.
Yeah, right.
So I think it greatly depends on how good it actually is. I think
Sure.
it'll easily crack 100. Like good or bad, but
That's
if it's
true.
good, it could go really high. Yeah.
And what they still don't seem to be factoring in correctly is that now feedback is instant.
Yeah,
Like as
right.
soon as well, even while people are in the movie,
Yeah.
they can be texting or tweeting going, "Yeah, this movie sucks," or "This
Yeah.
movie's great," and then
All your friends are down.
All your friends.
Melbourne's all in.
I'm loading my Find Friends app. I'm finding my friends. I'm saying, get here, get in this cinema right now. I realise we're 90 minutes into the movie, but get in here, buy a ticket, treat yourself.
The other thing that came up about Justice League, which had people bloody spinning in their bloody graves if they were in their graves.
Spitting chips.
Spitting
I thought you were
chips
going to say.
into their graves.
Yep.
Is that the runtime has been revealed and it's only 119 minutes.
Oh, thank God.
So I know it was a minute shy of 2 hours. And people are saying, well, Man of Steel was 143, Batman v Superman was 151,
Jesus.
Suicide Squad was 123, Wonder Woman was 141. So this is the shortest. Like the next shortest is Suicide Squad, but everything else is like over 140. I think it's fine if it's going to be 2 hours. I mean, it's kind of surprising that the Justice League movie would be the shortest since it's got the most characters. But if this is the tightest version of that film,
Yep.
great.
Yep.
People are also saying, though, that the reason it's short is because it's a mess. And so they're trying to salvage it, get as many bums on seats as you can. If your movie's 2 hours as opposed to 2 hours and 30,
Get more sessions
you get
in
more
at the
sessions
cinema.
in. Exactly. So it can mean any number of things.
Sure could.
It can be good, it can be bad, it
In
can
many
mean
ways,
nothing.
In many
Yeah.
ways, speculating about it on any kind of medium is a waste of time.
Correct. And the other thing they mentioned is that the embargo is, by the way, we missed out on tickets. I didn't get them in time.
Oh no, we'll have to buy. Oh no.
So we're going to have to go to the regular cinema like plebs.
Wait, do Warner Brothers hate you? I can't remember.
No, I think they're okay with me. I don't know. Which one hates me again? One of them. Whoever does Paramount hates me.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But we might be able to still get a ticket. Because
I mean, we can purchase tickets like regular.
No, I mean
human
like
beings.
because it's like the day before.
Yeah.
But because the reason I like them is because
How the mighty have fallen.
I know,
you know
right?
what I
Well, there's
mean?
less screaming idiots for one.
That's true.
But then again, I normally see them during the day, so there's less people. But also, they're always half full. Like these screenings.
Yeah, they
they're
are, aren't they?
never full. The only one that was close to being full was Force Awakens. And everything. So we'll probably end up getting tickets, but if not, who cares? We'll just see it the next day. But the reason I bring that up is because it's embargoed until the day before.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, folks. If you also do a podcast and you want to get some free tickets, just email.
Yeah, they'll give them to literally anybody. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. We didn't know that for years.
No.
We're like, we'd better build up a massive worldwide audience.
Nah, you
Nah.
can have a blog with no followers and you'll get tickets. It's
Yeah.
absolutely fine. Yeah. So people are saying, well, it's embargoed to the day before. That's a big problem. It could be, but it's also not necessarily. Wonder Woman was embargoed till the day before. Then it got good word of mouth, so they moved it up.
Yep.
Things like Star Wars as well get embargoed until the day of. That's probably more a secrets thing. So this could also be a secrets thing.
be a secrets
Maybe
thing.
Superman dies again and they don't want it to get
Oh, that'd
out.
be so good.
Yeah. So I just think it could be bad, but it might not be bad.
Yep.
It could just be nothing again. So
Yep.
it just
It could be
depends.
Superman shows up and he's like, "What? Am I alive again? I didn't want this," and then he just snaps his own neck. And he tumbles to the ground.
That's how you kill a Kryptonian.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, what do you think of any and all of that?
Pretty
do you think
good.
good or bad, Mason, or who knows?
Good.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad news, but it's not great news.
If they
or
look,
it's,
the real danger is if they're like, listen, the embargo's not till 2 days after the movie comes out.
Yes.
And then you're like, oh, what?
that is a problem. Which I think, was that what they did with Geostorm?
Oh, I was kidding. I don't.
No, it has happened. But yeah, often they'll just won't do press screenings.
Yeah, right.
So it'll hit Thursday, Friday, depending when your movies will go out, and then you have
Yeah,
to,
right.
Yeah, pay for a ticket. Did they do that for Alien Covenant? I think they might have.
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, Mason, more news.
Oh yes.
I mean, this is the news segment of the podcast, isn't it?
You're not wrong.
Ben Mendelsohn, Australian's own.
Oh, he
Australia's
might
own.
be the villain in. Let me remember.
I'm ready.
So it's Mendo.
Yep.
Captain Marvel.
Or Shazam.
Is it?
Is it?
Is it Marvel's Captain
It's
Marvel?
Marvel's Captain
okay,
Marvel,
right.
yeah.
Okay, I remember a thing.
Yeah, you remember it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Also, just quickly,
Yes.
Zachary Levi mentioned, he posted a picture on Instagram and he's like, I'm going to be in the gym forever. So he'll work out for 4 months
Yeah.
and he'll look fine. Oh, they'll CGI it. It doesn't.
Think of the fatties who've become buff for movies.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt. Chris Hemsworth. Big old fatty.
No. I think it's just Chris Pratt.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Gwyneth
Remember
Pal-
how fat he was in his fat video
He
clip?
certainly was. Seth Rogen for Green Hornet.
Yep.
Got super trim.
Yep.
Well, he planned to.
He sure
He
did.
looked okay on
He
the day.
looked pretty good.
He looked pretty
good.
He was swift. Shallow Hal. Gwyneth Paltrow fluctuated
Oh,
wildly.
every day.
How did she do it? Yeah. So it'll be fine.
What's inside that counts? Steroids.
Yeah, steroids.
The steroids that are inside are what counts.
Do you think Jerry Butler did steroids for 300, the movie 300? Because he definitely did. But what do you think?
How many of the Spartans in that movie have real abs, and how many have CGI?
There's a
abs?
mixture, but there's-
Venom? Does Venom have real abs?
I think
in
he
that
might have a
movie?
little bit of. I mean, there's also some some literal airbrushing.
Oh, I see.
onto
Right.
abs. But if you see behind the scenes footage, Gerard Butler is like next level ripped.
Yeah,
and he
right.
didn't train with anybody. He's just like, just tell me, just look, I'll figure it out on the day. I'll be there on the day.
Right.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And he just turned up enormous. So
Wow.
and he's never been that big since. So I'm just saying, I'm just saying he's juicing, man.
Imagine if he showed up and he was just beer gut.
Well, that's what happened with Hugh Jackman in the first Wolverine movie.
Huh.
Like there's two
Wait, the
shirtless
first Wolverine
scenes.
or
Sorry,
X-Men?
the first X-Men.
Right.
There's two shirtless scenes. One where he wakes up in the where Jean Grey's doing the tests on him.
Yeah.
And he's just he looks like a guy.
Yeah.
And the scene at the start where he's cage fighting was filmed later and he's way bigger.
Right.
So it's just Hollywood, isn't it?
So yeah.
It's what inside that counts.
Adamantium and roids. Yeah.
Anyway, Ben Mendo, if he's the villain in Captain Marvel, he'll make a great Skrull. I feel like his face is
Yeah.
already transitioning that way.
That's true.
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got the wrinkles of a Skrull.
Yeah. He's got the bum chin.
He's got the bum chin, yeah. He's sinister enough. Certainly,
That's true.
He could do various accents.
Yep.
Yep. They've probably got a good morphing effect.
That's true.
You
Yeah.
reckon they've got a good morphing
I reckon
effect?
what's it gonna be like?
It'll be a... Well, that's the thing about a morphing effect. What do you do? It's kind of all been done.
Yeah.
They did a new one with Winter Soldier with the hologram mask. I was
That's true, yeah.
That's an interesting
Which
effect.
boggles my mind that they haven't done Martian Manhunter yet, because that I feel is in you could do an interesting morphing effect for him, because oftentimes it's like, well, I mean, I guess they have in Supergirl, and it's kind of generic.
Oh, yeah, they did. I
But
can't
like,
remember.
there's versions of him where like you see his whole body break apart,
Yeah, right.
and then reform like
Yeah.
a foot in the other direction as somebody else. That's
Sure,
that's a
yeah.
good effect.
Look, we got everything we ever needed to know about Martian Manhunter in Justice League of America, 1997 tele movie.
That's
with
right.
the great David Ogden Steers.
You know it.
Also, we should mention we did a Suicide Squad commentary.
Oh, we sure did.
It's up there now.
I had a fun time with that one.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah. Who would have thought that you talk over a movie that you didn't love the first time and you still didn't love it, but at least it passed the time. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know?
I thought it was fine the first time I saw it, and it was fine now. Anyway, Ben Mendo, good choice.
Yep.
Mason, there's so much reboot and sequel news.
Really?
from
Let's
the
hear about
80s.
it.
You would not believe it.
Okay.
I mean, you'll believe this.
It's almost like nostalgia's big.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You sick of nostalgia?
No, not really.
Do you think there's a joke in like remember when nostalgia was good? Like, do you know what I mean? There's a skit in that, right?
There's probably a skit in there.
I've been listening to a lot of Two in the Think Tank.
yeah, right.
It's a great.
Everything's
it's
a sketch
great
now.
podcast, yeah. Everyone should listen to that.
good.
You're on a couple of episodes.
I'm on a couple of episodes.
You're
on the 100th episode.
I'm about 2 hours and 45 in, but just listen to the whole thing. It's like 10 hours. It's crazy. Anyway, Lethal Weapon 5 is back on the table. Mel Gibson's probably back. Danny Glover's probably back. And so is director Richard Donner. Guess how old Richard Donner is?
68.
87.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So he did the first Superman film, some of Superman 2.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about those. Yeah, you're right.
His last film was 16 Blocks in 2006. Was that a...
Who was in that?
Bruce Willis. He had to go 16 blocks.
Oh, nice.
I get that in Assault on Precinct 13, the remake, mixed up, but
yeah.
I don't remember 16 Blocks. I remember liking Assault on Precinct 13, the reboot, a little bit, with Ethan Hawke.
Larry Fishburne.
Larry Fishburne, correct. Apparently they've been trying to get this happening for years, and there's been a few things in the way. Probably the racism, that probably didn't help.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
They were getting too old for it or whatever.
Yeah,
we talked
I
about
get
this
it.
recently. Mel Gibson is now older than Danny Glover.
Danny Glover's been saying that for years.
He has.
Too
He
old
certainly
for it, yeah.
I feel like in the first one he must have been like 35, 40.
Yeah,
He
right.
couldn't have been that old because
Yeah.
it was the 80s.
Now I want to get back to the thing you just said, which is that Mel Gibson is now older than Danny Glover.
Yes.
Surely that's always been the case, if it ever was
no.
true.
Mel Gibson is, I looked it up. Mel Gibson is 10 years younger, but he looks 10 years older.
Oh, I
That's
see what you're saying.
He's
Right,
past
right.
him in age.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Danny Glover's looking pretty
He
old.
looks the same. He looks mostly the same.
No, he looks much older.
Yeah, much older, but he looks comparatively. Come on, Mason, cut him some slack. It's been like 40 years since, or 30 years since the first Lethal Weapon. Cut him some slack, Mason, if you could.
Okay, well.
Remember in the last one how too old for they already were? Mel
Yeah.
Gibson had cut his mullet. The party was over.
That's right.
They couldn't even beat up Jet Li.
It took two of them. To fight Jet Li.
And a bulletproof cop killing. No, sorry.
flamethrower.
No,
Oh my
that was
God.
at the start.
Yeah.
They had bullets that could shoot through bloody what are they called?
That was Lethal Weapon
tractors
3.
or whatever.
That was
Wasn't
Lethal
it?
Weapon
No,
3.
that was.
No,
was
that was
it?
3. Yeah.
How did they kill Jet Li?
They beat him up in the rain as a duo.
I don't remember. But who
Okay.
got the final kick in?
Probably Mel Gibson.
I remember that being a good fight from memory.
I absolutely guarantee it would not hold up.
But I watched those about 10 years ago. I remember I
Yeah.
watched them all.
Yeah.
First of all, Mel Gibson's mullet's fine. And then 3, it goes insane.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a lion's mane.
Yep.
And then 4, they reel it right back in.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
high and tight. What do you think they're going to do? They're not going to mullet it, are they?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, they should give him a little ponytail. Like a little... This is the
Oh
back
my
bit,
goodness.
You know what I mean?
Man bun?
I don't know if he's going to have hair for a man
No,
bun.
that's true.
Yeah. But anyway. Do you want this?
Mutton chops. No.
I kind of do.
Is this going to step on the toes of the Lethal Weapon TV
Well,
series?
that is the question. And there's also going to be there was a reboot in the works with Chris Hemsworth, directed by Justin Lin, which I think sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
Imagine
right.
the mullet that Chris Hemsworth could grow.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's got such versatile hair.
Oh,
Hemsworth.
doesn't he just? He could do
Yeah.
anything. His hair's like his body. It just fluctuates wildly.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do I want to see it? No, because what are they going to be? Action guys in it, or is it going to be them and 2 younger partners or
See, I don't want
something?
that, yeah.
No, neither do I. I think
Yeah.
that would be no good.
I mean, this was bound to happen, wasn't it?
But I mean, what have they got?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, what is Lethal Weapon when you think about it? It's just 2 cops,
But
and
one's a loose unit.
But that's to some extent, this set the bar for this sort of action comedy situation.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So now it's old hat. Like, what are they going to? What's new
They
that
got
they're
Joe
going to bring?
Pesci. In one movie, he was bleach blonde.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know, you're right. And I remember when I watched them all, every movie's the same because at some point, Danny Glover's family get kidnapped.
Yeah.
It's just that inevitably
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
I think that happens in every
And
movie.
they slowly transition to. The first one was quite serious.
I don't remember.
He was always.
Well, that a serious mullet.
Yeah, and he was always.
Well, his wife
Screaming
had
at the,
died.
yeah, he was
a
always
drunk.
screaming at the beach or whatever at twilight or whatever it was, and then they slowly and then his life improved. And 4 is basically a wacky
Yeah,
sitcom
he has
with
a-
some shooting in it.
Chris Tucker's in that one.
Yeah,
No, sorry. Chris Rock's in
Chris
that
Rock
one.
is in that one,
Is it because he's going to marry his daughter or something?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
I'm thinking of Rush Hour, which is also getting a sequel.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that was on my list as well. Yeah. Speaking of, there's reboots planned for Young Guns, which I've never seen.
All right,
Great.
the time of the Western's over, but give it a try anyway.
I know, we did Magnificent Seven. It didn't
Yeah.
do super well.
Who are the young guns, though?
Well, who's the young guns today? Who do you go to?
Tom Holland could be
Dane
a young gun.
DeHaan.
Dane DeHaan. Dane DeHaan,
Tom Holland.
Andrew Garfield.
He's too old.
Tobey Maguire.
You're doing the Spider-Man.
Yeah, all the
younger.
Spider-Man.
Topher Grace.
Topher Grace.
Thomas Hayden Church. Alfred Molina. You
Yep.
do all the young
All
guns.
the such young guns. Bruce Campbell could be several of the young guns.
Willem Dafoe, the youngest gun of all.
Oh, so young and so gun. Oh, great stuff.
I don't know. I mean, one of the Stranger Things kids, probably.
That's too young.
I don't think so. You just...
Oh, you could get
One of these-
Steve.
Yes,
He's
Steve.
got great hair. He could be a young gun.
Man, can I just say, it's not a spoiler alert, but Steve's the best, right?
It's pretty good.
He's the greatest man in that show.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
The other reboot is Major League, which I never saw, but
Yeah.
a bloody bunch of... Is that
Oh,
the
wait.
same cast?
Also,
They both got Charlie Sheen.
who should do the young? I was going to say who should do the music for Young Guns.
Hinder.
Wow, that's
Might not be modern enough.
that's two. That's
Because it was peak Bon Jovi when
Yeah.
they did...
uh-huh.
When they never drew first, but they drew first blood.
Yeah,
He's the devil's son.
Yeah, call
What
him
do they
Young
call
Gun.
him? They
Young Gun, yeah.
That's what they call him.
yeah.
I don't know. Who do you think? Who's the new Bon Jovi?
DJ Snake.
I don't know who that is.
Doesn't matter.
Major League. Never seen it. I might be thinking of Angels in the Outfield also.
Yeah, Major League is
Do they
late.
both have Charlie Sheen?
I think Major League does. I don't think Angels in the Outfield does.
I'm going to quickly Google
Okay.
that. Oh, it's got Danny Glover. Man, what a world.
Wow. Oh, he's going to be.
No, it doesn't. You're right. But it does have Matthew McConaughey.
Ooh.
Man, I'm getting my bloody...
Getting your googs on.
get my baseball movies mixed up. And the other one is Ace Ventura.
Huh. Who do you cast as Ace
who do you get- who do
Ventura?
you cast as Ace? Well, there was
And is it a was there a son of Ace Ventura
there was
movie?
3 was son of, yeah.
Wow.
He's I think Jackson from Sans Pants was telling me, like, his dad died like
No.
in a horrible accident, so he had
Wow.
to take on the mantle of...
He doesn't have to take on the mantle.
Mason, he kind of has to.
It's not a curse.
No, it's
or
like
is it a curse?
It's like the Crow. You have to,
Right.
there always has to be an Ace Ventura.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just going through his dad's things and he finds a loud Hawaiian. No, he goes through a portal which is a rhinoceros's bum. Just goes through it and then he's transformed. He's like, you know what he is? He's like a veterinarian or something, or
yeah.
he's like a
He's trying to get out of his dad's shadow.
veterinary surgeon.
like the
He's-
Santa Claus,
He's
right?
very serious, and then he goes through a rhinoceros anus, and when he comes out, his hair's been all slicked into a pompadour, and he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm Ace Ventura now."
So it's a Santa Claus with Ace Ventura.
Yeah,
What you're
so
saying,
it is.
I
It's a
get you,
curse. Yeah.
Who would you cast though? Like really, realistically,
Steve from Stranger Things.
probably
again.
could do it.
He's
couldn't
got
he?
the hair. He's got
yeah.
the hair.
Yeah. Did you see that trailer for the Jim Carrey movie where he's lost his mind or whatever? Where he's like, Jim Carrey doesn't exist anymore.
Oh,
He's
so it's the documentary about
about
when he was Man on the Moon, when he was bloody
yeah,
Andy Kaufman.
and he couldn't break character the whole time, and then when he did, he didn't know who he was anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
I
mate.
listened to on Norm Macdonald has a podcast.
and a farm.
Thank you. And Jim Carrey was on it.
Yeah, I saw a bit of that.
And he reiterates the story from Batman
Yes.
Forever, where he where Tommy Lee Jones can't sanction his buffoonery. So that
Yes.
story is true, evidently.
Yep.
Or it seemed a little bit like someone told him that story, and he was like, "Yeah, it sounds true. I'll just."
It all kind of happened at the same time because we talked about it. Then I did a video, and then a week later that happened. But I
Yeah.
probably just. I mean, it's a story that happened to him, isn't it?
That's true.
So,
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's like it all came together at once.
But he was a little bit like he seemed relatively normal
Nah.
for a guy who is at one point the most famous person in the world.
Yeah.
But also he did seem a little like he seemed to become more unhinged as the podcast
Yeah,
progressed.
he's talking about how like
and he has no ego and no being anymore.
Bullshit.
And he was like, "Hey, so what are you what's
why are you doing any of this?
yeah,
then?
he's like, what are you up to these days? And like, well, I'm not up to anything because I don't really exist, kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, you've
there.
lost your mind, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, because I know he's like, we're just all a collection of thoughts and memories. Yeah, that's a fucking person.
Yeah.
You idiot.
Yeah.
That's what we all are. We're just a collection of things we kind of bundled into our brain over a year, over the years, along with the chemicals which are already kind of in there. That's what a person is. You're not unique.
Anyway, who should we cast as Ace Ventura?
God, I just hate that shit, man. Like,
All right.
what are you even promoting a movie for then? Why do anything? Why don't you
That's true.
sit in a field and shut up?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Give us all your money.
Well, that's the other thing, isn't it? Give all your money away because you don't even own it or exist or we don't exist or
That's
whatever's
right,
happening. Anyway.
It's just a concept, man.
Yeah, but I know. Like, that's not a startling revelation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, because we all agreed that money is a thing. It's not fucking bizarre. It's just how it is.
That's right.
I mean, it is weird. You know what I mean?
You seem a little uptight, man.
I hate
You
that
should have
shit.
some kombucha.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Kombucha bullshit. Anyway, Mason, Konami is making it both a Contra TV series and movie, which they'll probably balls up because they're a horrible
A
company.
TV and a movie.
Yeah, together.
A TV and a movie.
Okay, when has that worked recently where they've gone, right, we're doing a TV show and a movie and they're going to run parallel to each other? They were going to do it with Dark Tower. Now they're talking about the TV series is going to be a reboot.
They've quietly shuffled that under the rug, haven't they?
Boy,
Dark
have they,
Tower,
yeah. But all the other Stephen King stuff is doing really well. So I guess they're like, well, we're going to bring that back out of the bloody. So anyway, Contra it's two guys who run along with guns.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, good.
Great.
Feels a little Battleship to me. Just
Yeah.
because there's nothing really. There's no plot really to Contra. It's just there's an alien invasion, and the only people who can stop it are two shirtless men.
Yes. What's the Konami code, Mason?
Up, down, left, right, BA start. Select start sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 lives. That's the thing they're gonna put in the movie.
They'll definitely put it in.
There's somebody will have to do some sort of button combination on a.
Do you think everybody will clap?
I think somebody will have to defuse a bomb or shut down a satellite that's going to blow up the world, and that'll be the code, and everybody will stand up and cheer.
You know what?
Yes.
I dare them to just not do it. Just don't do it, because not everything has to be in everything.
No, it has to be.
What's wrong with it?
Every video game adaptation has to have some video game element to it that takes you out of it. That takes you out of an already bad movie and makes you really reflect on your life choices. That's what that element's for.
You're right. And okay, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Fox is apparently
Just there's not enough content for a movie and a TV show of Contra.
no. I mean, anything can be good
Yeah.
or bad.
Unless the movie is Contra and the TV show is Probotector, which is what it was called in Australia.
Was it?
And they were robots, not men.
Is that because of some kind of code where
Some sort of censorship thing, I think.
Of course
yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
Australian government. They're always changing our games from the 90s.
That's right.
And also recently sometimes.
Barnaby Joyce update. You're out of Parliament, you son of a bitch.
Is he?
Because he's not an Australian citizen.
So he's
technically.
actually out.
Yeah, he's out.
Good.
Him and Malcolm Roberts. Anyway, it's not important.
He's a real sack of shit, that bloke.
Yeah, right?
Good. Yeah.
Good.
Fox is considering an X.
Anyway, that's vindication for Pistol and Boo.
Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, who do I want to win that situation? Johnny Depp or Barnaby Joyce? I mean, it's not.
No,
I don't
I
feel good.
No, I hope they fight to the death.
Yeah.
They meet in a bar and glass each other to death. Anyway,
Fox is considering an X-23 film.
okay.
James Mangold said that Patty Jenkins' success with Wonder Woman only solidifies for more studios that there's less fear with a female protagonist.
There you go.
So yeah, it kind of worries me because that movie ended super well.
But I think they will just.
I like that character.
I think X-Men universe style. They'll just put it in the modern day, and it'll be a different person playing X-23. I reckon she'll be a grown up.
No, I think they'll get her back because I don't think there's any rush that this is going to happen. So I think she could be like 16, 17 by the time it rolls around.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I'm willing to concede they may use the same actor.
I will concede nothing.
But I think they will just put it in the modern day.
Okay.
X-Men style. They'll just be like,
Whatever. It's modern day and McAvoy's in it.
Yeah, that's right. And yes, exactly. Yeah. And also, maybe they'll concede. They'll be like, it was a weird summer, wasn't it? Remember when the whole environment was falling to pieces and we had those self-driving trucks and the crops were dying? And then they fixed it, so
there
it's
were no
fine
mutants,
now.
but then there was.
Oh, then it turns out all these mutants were in a bunker. And anyway, we're all
hiding in a
fine. We're all
bunker,
fine.
Yeah.
Hey, Cyclops. Hey, Jean Grey.
Also, Mystique is Rebecca Romaine, and Storm is whoever plays the young Storm, because who cares?
Who cares,
It
right?
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got here? Justin Lin will direct Fast and Furious 9 and 10.
Ooh.
That's good. He's the good one. He did, I think he did 4, 5, 6, maybe, which are all the good ones when they got good again.
That's right.
So bring him back.
He did
Why
7.
not?
I think he did 7.
I don't think he did. James Wan did 7.
Oh, yeah, I'm confusing them.
And which was also an okay one.
Yeah.
Well, who did the last one? I've no. If Gary Gray did the last one, I think.
There you go.
Which was also fine. Let me double check that, Mason.
Nah, don't bother.
It's too late.
All right. You've changed, man.
I never
Never used to
changed.
Googs then. You never used to give anything a Googs.
Yeah, but now that it's in front of me, what am I going to do?
It's
Not
true.
Google it? Mm-hmm. Oh, this Angels in the Outfield page is just not shifting. But Tony Danza's in it. So is Christopher Lloyd. Yep, he did do it.
Nice.
That was worth it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good. Vincent D'Onofrio
Hello.
is in Daredevil Season 3. Good.
Great.
He's good. So he's a big old sooky baby man.
Yep.
And he'll slam a man's head in a car door till it's mush. More of that, please.
And he can bring all that to Daredevil Season 3.
Definitely.
As
he
the
can.
character of the Kingpin.
Yes, correct. So, good.
What I did there is I pretended that his character traits as the Kingpin were in fact his character traits in real life.
I understood that,
you
and
get
so
it?
did everybody listening. Good. Gareth Evans, director of The Raid and
Yep.
The Raid 2. Have you seen those?
Yes.
Never seen them.
They're
I
real
just
good.
watched the clips of the people hitting each other with fridge doors and shit. I should watch.
No,
them
you're
through
thinking of the Jackie
I'm thinking-
Chan movie Rumble in the Bronx.
I might be thinking of Ong Bak also, which
Yeah,
also
that's
has
right,
a
yeah.
fight with the fridge. He's going to apparently direct the Deathstroke movie.
There you go.
Now, Deathstroke was going to be the villain in the Batman, but everything changed and everybody left or came back, and who knows where that
Maybe
is at.
Affleck's in, maybe he's out.
Yeah, for the moment he's in, and also he was going to appear in Justice League, and maybe he will or maybe he won't. So we don't know yet. I mean, seeing as Justice League's relatively short now, he may
Yeah.
not. That's going to be a.
And maybe he's the guy in that. Maybe he's the guy in that bank heist
Oh, it could be.
scene where Wonder Woman beats
But I
everybody
think that's
up.
in Europe.
You can go to Europe.
People can't go to Europe, Mason.
right.
It's like a long flight, especially for us.
That's true.
Maybe he lives here, so it took him like
Yeah.
20 hours.
That's true. You wouldn't want to have jet lag and have to rob a bank.
How do you-
Imagine that.
How do you get your euros out of the country? Because they always they can scan for that on your way out.
That's true,
Plus
they
you got
can
your
scan for that.
Deathstroke
Yeah.
costume. You got to get your Deathstroke costume over there. It's a whole thing,
True,
Mason.
yeah.
Unless he's got one.
You could
in
do
every-
You could do it back in the day. You could just flip it over the metal detector or whatever. Nobody would
The
be
whole
paying attention.
costume.
The whole costume. Just flip it over the metal detector, catch it on the way
That
back.
would sound like a sack of stack hats. Like there's no way you'd get away with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, good. Would you see a Deathstroke movie?
Yes.
It's Joe Manganiello, however you say it.
Yep.
Who was in Spider-Man.
Man, I would look if it's Gareth Edwards. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember they were talking about
You should see those.
I know.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I haven't seen.
You want to see like a petite Thai woman beat like 20 men to death with a pair of hammers.
In real life?
Yeah.
Is there a show for that I could go? Like I could go overseas? and
Oh,
just go
absolutely.
to
Yeah, that's
just
right.
a weird secluded bar.
Yeah,
and,
just go to a Hooters in Thailand and you'll see that happen.
yeah, cool. No, I absolutely want to see that. Don't they also kill characters and then come back as different characters in the next movie because they're good at kung fu or whatever kind of martial arts they do in that?
Probably.
Maybe though.
Yeah.
But maybe not. I've got a whole lot of we did all that the news for the Justice League and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, with the Venom movie, which is coming up, it's started filming. Tom Hardy's on set.
Terrific.
He's loving life. Venom's going to be done through motion capture, the suit, which makes sense.
Yep.
I didn't really think they'd do otherwise, I guess.
No.
So-
Spandex. What if it was just
Well, they can
Black
do
spandex.
they can do a Spider-Man, pretty good Spider-Man spandex. They could do a combination. Then again, the Spider-Man suit is mostly CGI now as well.
And we don't know what kind of Venom this is yet.
No. And we'll never will.
No. Never gonna see it.
No.
Yep.
No, might be all right. Might be all right.
Yeah, might be alright.
All right, Mason, here's an ad. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready for an ad.
Mason, you love shaving with Harry's razor. I hate to put words in your mouth, but when I'm so confident that you're going to agree with me, I'm happy to roll the dice.
You've nailed it, friend.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
You left me hanging there for a second.
I
It
know,
came
right?
good.
Yeah. Mhm.
We've actually got a deal for people for Harry's Mason. It started by two guys. Remember their names?
Josh
No.
and
No for the
Frosh.
first. No, both
Josh
of
and Frosh.
I said no for the first one, but
Yeah.
you pushed through. Like you continued like you weren't wrong.
That's right. Confidence is key, everyone out there.
Jeff and Andy. two ordinary guys
Yep,
who were
Josh
sick
and Frosh.
who were sick of paying for overpriced razors. So they started Harry's to
That's how we got this
combat
contract, man. We just wandered in there and we're like, so Josh and Frosh? And they're like, and we're like, Josh and Frosh making deals.
That's a power play on our behalf,
right.
wasn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, it was a mistake on the day. Obviously, we legitimately got it
we
wrong.
had to beg for it afterwards. we had to call them back later. Claire had to apologize profusely.
That's it. They bought their own German factory with over 100 years of blade making experience to ensure the highest quality.
Do you think it was 100 people with 1 year experience,
Yeah.
or one dude who's been there for 100 years?
Which is better?
Probably the second one. He's
One-
just been working on one razor.
Okay, so if he's
for
been
100
there for
years.
100 years,
Yes.
that means he probably didn't start at birth, presumably.
He's more than 100 years old.
He's more than
correct?
100 years old.
Correct.
And that's the guy you're going to for advice on how to manufacture a razor.
He's probably made a blade that steals souls, and that's how he's so old.
No, man, he's from the era where everything's shit, so he probably doesn't know what he's talking about. You got 100 years, it means it's a progression of technology, and they've seen that road. If there's
Yeah.
one guy, he's stuck in his ways, he doesn't know what's up. I bet, he'd turn to dust if you asked him a question. It's just not practical.
All right, you got me there.
Anyway, there's a free trial set you can get, which is $13 worth of value, right? For just if you just cover the $3
That's
for
why
shipping.
prices are so low, because this guy still thinks it's like 1910
Oh,
or whatever.
that actually okay. So
and he's
fine.
like, just pay for shipping. It's fine.
It's absolutely fine. The free trial set includes a weighted ergonomic razor handle, 5 precision engineered blades with a lubricating strip and trimmer blade, rich lathering shave gel, and something else, Mason. Can you guess the last thing? It's for travel.
Oh, travel case.
Yes, very good.
Which is one of those things you don't.
I didn't think I needed
You never
it
considered it, and
until
then you just click it on. You're like,
until I
oh, that's
absolutely
very
needed
handy.
it when I went
Yeah.
overseas. Yeah.
Got little vents on it, so the
It does have
water
little
comes out.
vents.
Yeah.
That's what you want. You don't want a weird rusted blade in there with all the water
That's
just
right.
captured in there.
Imagine flicking it open, it just gushes open.
Oh,
Gross.
no thank you, Mason.
No, it doesn't happen.
If you go to harrys.com/weeklyplanet, you can get all of that for just $3. That's harrys.com/weeklyplanet. And look, if you're going to shave, it's cheaper and it's better.
It's
So
very true.
I'll just leave it at that.
Feels good.
But I'll also say this. Stranger Things. This is not the ad. This is a different thing.
We
I was
finished
gonna
the
say.
ad.
We finished the ad?
Okay, good.
This is a clean break.
Nice.
Stranger Things Season 2 is upon us, mate.
We should do that. We should say, when we finish an ad, we should say we've finished the ad. And then sometimes we don't. And the ad continues.
It's like fake doors.
It's like fake doors. Exactly. That's right.
Okay, gotcha.
And we interweave, because otherwise we could just interweave Harry's ads into our discussion of the TV show Stranger Things.
And you can't escape it.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
You can't escape the product placement in Stranger Things, though.
What kind of product placement?
3 Musketeers bars. Delicious nougat in chocolate.
Is that it? See, I've never seen those. That's obviously not a thing here.
No.
So they're still popular?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you go to a weird American candy store in Melbourne, you can get a 3 Musketeers.
I do like going to a weird American candy
They're good,
store.
aren't they?
Sometimes I buy a thing and I'm like, I think I love Reese's Pieces. Then I eat 3 and I'm like, oh shit, my heart's got to stop.
American candy runs the absolute gamut from incredible to just total garbage.
It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a stranger thing in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Junior
you're right.
Mints love them.
Junior Mints, yeah. What else do you love? Do you love a Dr. Pepper?
No, I don't
used
care for
to.
Dr. Pepper.
And I don't know whether I still do. We talked about this in the show. Anyway, what else is there?
Pop-Tarts.
Nah.
Some are good, some are awful.
I don't understand why people think that's breakfast. That's clearly not something you should ever eat, let alone for breakfast. Am I
It
right?
should be your dying meal. Like, well, I'm not gonna live any longer anyway. So
To me,
Pop-Tarts, please.
looks like a weird sugary crisp bread with
Yeah.
a fucking roll up stuck on the top.
Yep.
I'm sure it's icing or something else, but is there a filling in it as
Sometimes
well?
there's a filling, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I wanted as a kid, and I think I had one once, and I went, "Oh no, this is no good." Like Fruit Loops,
Yeah.
garbage.
No, they're good.
No, they're not.
Frosties. Yum, yum, yum.
No, if you want, just put your own sugar on your cereal.
Sounds like a lot of work.
You know what, Mason? You know
Sounds
what
like calories that I'm going to burn. That I should just not be burning and just eating sugar cereal.
And the thing is now is people you fast, so you don't even have a breakfast. That's what people
true.
are doing.
Oh, no.
Anyway, should we talk about just candy?
Yes.
Is that just the product placement?
What else?
Was there some American brands like a Radio Shack?
Yeah, there's
Is
a
that
couple-
even
yeah.
still a thing?
Radio Shack is still around, apparently.
Okay, alright. So it's like they're JB.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're James Brayshaw.
Correct.
From the Hot Breakfast
Good.
Triple M team.
Good reference.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So we're
Also,
going to...
white Reese's cups. They're very good.
Never had one.
They're real nice.
So it's Actually, you know what I did get when I was... Claire bought that Reese's Pieces peanut butter mix,
Yeah.
like the spread, it's too much.
Chocolate and peanut
Too
butter.
much going on
No,
there.
that's real good.
Yeah. No, I think if you're going to do it yourself. Get some Nutella.
Again, that
get some
sounds like
peanut
a lot
butter.
of work. The advantage of American candy and spreads and stuff is they've done all the work for you. You want a peanut butter and jelly? Just have a jar with it all in there.
No, it shouldn't be in together because you want to get your own ratios. This madness, Mason.
What about Vegemite and cheese spread? What do you reckon about that?
The worst thing that's ever
I think
happened.
that's a good combo.
Do you remember when they did Vegemite and cheese craft singles?
Yes.
Garbage.
Wow.
Everybody likes their own ratio of Vegemite and cheese. You can't inflict that on a man.
I think you absolutely can.
You've lost it. And that's why it's no longer in stores, Mason, because you're wrong.
Wow.
Anyway, there'll be non-spoilers then spoilers on Stranger Things. That being said, we will spoil season 1 because it kind of leads directly into 2. And if you don't want to know anything,
Shut up.
Eat your Pop-Tart and get in your grave.
That's right. Wow.
But,
Take those earbuds out. Throw your listening device off a bloody bridge, mate.
Yeah, so I would say don't listen to any of this, would you say?
Yeah.
If you don't want to know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, good.
Because also we are if we have one skill, it's accidentally putting spoilers in our non-spoiler
Yes, that's
segment.
right.
Yeah.
Here, and also it's all time linked below, so you can skip any of this.
That's true.
Okay, Mason. Season 1 was a smash hit. It was such a smash hit. People didn't expect it. They paid us to advertise it. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
And
They're
then
like,
in-
we don't know if this is going to do well.
And in this one, they went, yeah, everyone will watch it.
yeah, that's
Guess who didn't get a call back?
these guys.
That being said, what did you think the story was?
Oh, jeez. All right, hang on.
Yep.
We're doing it for TV as well. I forgot. All right, hang on.
Mason, it's every week for everything. I should do it for
all right,
news.
hang on.
I should
So-
go, Mason, there's Batman news. What do you think the news was? That's what I should do
It's
every
very
week.
true. Affleck's out or he's in. All right, so Stranger Things 2. All right, okay, here we go. So in Stranger Things 1, they went to the upside down world, and there was
It's a parallel dimension.
Parallel dimension.
Everything sucks.
yeah, it's no good. Maybe we're in it already. I don't know.
It's strange because who built all the stuff in that parallel dimension?
That's a good question, isn't it? Or is the upside down world? Did our universe exist already?
Oh, and then
it's come out of that somehow.
right.
Like it's been spawned from that. I guess.
that's a very-
And there was no people in it, so it's just all fallen to bits.
yeah,
maybe.
it's all but
Maybe
it's also,
that's what's happened.
they've got a great particle effect, little white things drifting in the air.
I
don't
find
they?
that unpleasant.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna breathe one in or get one up your nose.
Ugh,
I think it's a digital effect because they're always very well separated.
yeah, it can't be real.
Yeah. Anyway, so keep going. It's an upside down time.
So anyway, the last season they fought the Demogorgon.
Yep.
The kids.
Yep.
The little kids. And now that it's a year later, and they're trying to readjust to life in
11.
a tiny little town.
11 died also in the first one.
Not really though.
Well, it's in the trailers. But in what
Yeah.
manner is she back? Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
a bloody... She's
That's
on the
right.
posters also. It's not really a spoiler. Also, we
Why
said,
would- yeah.
don't listen.
That's right.
We're sorry.
And why would they kill her off for good? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but maybe they should have. That was maybe one of my complaints for this season.
Really?
Maybe not necessarily. We'll talk about it later.
Really?
Yeah. Mason, you've bloody nailed what the story was.
Tell the story again.
I don't know how you've done it.
No, but there's more trouble afoot, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There's more upside downness than ever. Mm-hmm. I equate this to kind of like the way that Alien was Alien and this is Aliens. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Would you say there's elements of that in this?
Yes.
Like there's specific references, but also I think the stakes have been upped in that way that sort of Aliens was.
Yes. But, and also in the sense that Paul Reiser's is in it.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
And the cat.
Yep.
You know the cat that's like
Yeah, that's true. It's
very alien. Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, anything else?
I didn't think of it that way. Did you feel that the stakes had been upped in a way that you enjoyed? Because I say no, not
Yeah,
really.
No, I didn't think so because look. First off, I really enjoyed it.
Me too.
And I think it wrapped up really well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the central kind of conflict of the first movie was there was a boy who was missing.
Yep.
And then it turned out that he wasn't dead, and the government had made a fake body,
Yeah.
and it turns out he was just trapped in this other dimension. But the stakes are higher, but because you don't have that emotional connection to this one person who's missing, it didn't feel that way.
And to his
And
family
his group of friends, yeah.
uh-huh.
And there is a bit of kind of like 11, what happened to 11 and we got to get 11 back or whatever. But that's kind of without, she comes back. It's
Yep.
in the trailers. But that's kind of resolved relatively quickly.
That's true.
So that aspect of it was, I didn't love. But the kind of the real world kind of like things would have gone much worse in this series if things go bad at the end. You know what I mean? Like the stakes are higher in
That's
that
true,
sense.
yeah.
But they didn't feel as personal.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not a lot of like Winona Ryder like screaming at a wall or whatever.
It's true. Less of that, yeah.
Less of that, yeah. You know who's good in this?
Who's that?
Sean Bloody Astin.
He's good, isn't
It was
he?
great to see.
Yeah.
There's a few kind of, well, Paul Reisner, obviously, and Sean Astin, is that his name?
Yes.
He's from The Hobbit, but people know him from The Goonies, so it's another
Yeah.
kind of 80s.
And Rudy.
And Rudy, that's right, yeah. I thought that was a nice little inclusion.
That's what I'm talking about. You get a former child actor, you put him in a modern day film. You know what I mean? People feel the feels.
They feel the feels. Get a Ralph Macchio, bring him back.
Ah, as Shazam. Billy Batson, Ralph
probably
Macchio.
would be a good
Fred
Shazam.
Savage.
He's doing Friends with Kids, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fred Savage.
Friends with Kids? No. What's the one he's doing?
Friends from college.
Friends or whatever. Yeah.
Yep, mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. No, I thought the new additions were good. There's
Ron Howard. Billy Batson. Now it's Ron Howard.
Yeah. Well, actually, they do a similar. Speaking of Billy Batson, they do a similar thing in Black Hammer, where there's
Yeah.
the girl who changes into the Wonder Girl.
Yep.
But then she eventually ages into an old woman, but she still changes into the girl.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's interesting.
See, it's a fun concept.
Yeah. Someone else thought of it first. Though,
Oh,
Mason.
God damn it.
No, I thought the new cast was good. There's a new redheaded girl in the group.
Yep. Playing Max.
That was a good inclusion. One of the better inclusions I also thought was the new bully. He's like
Yeah, right.
the evil Steve.
Yeah, right.
Who was the Red Ranger from Power Rangers.
Oh,
Same
was
guy.
he? There you
Yeah,
go.
same guy.
Which Red Ranger? The first one?
No, from the last movie.
Oh, right.
The one from the 90s.
I don't know. I'm all messed up. I don't know about timelines.
Yeah, you don't.
I've just been thinking about young, old Billy Batsons all week, so I don't know.
Your head's elsewhere.
Mm.
But no, I liked him because apparently the original Steve was supposed to be meaner.
Right, okay.
And he kind of starts that way, but then he kind of comes good.
Yeah.
And this one, you've got like an even, like Steve's kind of cooler and nicer, and you get like an even meaner Steve.
Yeah, right.
You know, which I really liked.
Uh-huh.
Like he seemed like a legit psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess that's very much a trope of things from the 80s. In It, we had something very similar, the bully who's a legit psychopath.
Yeah, right.
Do you feel that's overused? How do you feel about this series as... Do you feel that it beat you over the head with tropes from the 80s and nostalgia and etc.?
I think less so this season.
Yeah.
Matt, who does some editing for us,
Yes.
he said actually that same thing. Yeah, that it was the first one was like, do you remember the 80s? It's the 80s.
Yeah, right.
This one was less. It's the 80s, even
Yeah,
though
it,
was the
it feels
80s.
like it's developed its own... It exists as its own universe now.
Yeah.
You don't really feel it as much. Although I didn't really feel the first... again, because I have no nostalgia for anything.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel beaten over the head with that sort of thing.
And not in this one either, even though they were like, here's a He-Man action figure.
Not really.
His centipede.
And also because, they'd go to a party and they'd be playing Talking Heads or whatever.
Yeah.
If you went to a party in the 80s, they'd be playing Talking Heads.
Right.
Like, it's not... If you went to a regular house party in the 80s...
Second, I'm like, is Talking Heads a board game? But then
you think of Celebrity Head.
I am, yeah.
Yeah. But like, if you went to a party in the 80s, they wouldn't play real deep album cuts of some obscure band
No.
that you'd never heard of. Just,
Exactly. Yeah.
they'd be playing the current hits because that's what people want to hear.
I think the music budget for this was insane, right? Compared
Yeah,
to
right.
the first one. Like, they're much more recognizable pop hits.
That's true.
Rock You Like a Hurricane, Mason.
That was in there, yeah.
That was in there. I heard something, I don't know whether this is true, that half the budget was music.
Oh.
And that wouldn't surprise me at all. Do you think you need to go that kind of well-known with the 80s music?
Not really, no.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you could probably put more money into
You don't even have to put any music at all, really.
No.
Yeah.
It could all
I mean, we're not
ambience
listening to
noises.
music right now, are we?
No.
Just put it into that bloody synth score.
Yeah.
Man, that
I do like the synth
The
score.
Stranger Things theme is very good.
Isn't it? Yeah. Hey, also, there's a Stranger Thing. We got a Stranger Things T-shirt on our TeePublic store, but it's like,
Oh, yeah,
it's like
that's
in our
right.
font.
Yeah, yeah.
So, or it's either there or it's nearly there. I don't know. I try to put it up. I don't know.
There's
where
also a
I'm
new
at.
Fergal Quigley design.
Absolutely is. Yeah.
The Thor Ragnarok
Thor
style.
Ragnarok. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk about that more next week when we do Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, okay,
also,
cool.
we'll push our T-shirts, our merch in the relevant weeks.
Great.
He's a good dude. What else we got here, Mason? Yeah, I felt like there was not as much to... they found more stuff to do with Winona Ryder, which was good in this.
Yeah.
Because Will is still feeling the residual effects of being stuck in that shit planet.
Uh-huh.
That's what it's called, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
And yeah, I think she does kind of Shrieking Mother kind of really well, I think.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah. And she's with the Sean Astin guy, and I like that. Like, at first I'm like, oh, this guy seems like a big old dork, and you know, but he develops into like a realistic and interesting character.
That's true.
I feel, yeah. He's not just like Carrie Elways in Liar Liar, the stepdad. You remember that?
No, I don't remember
He's
that.
doing The Claw, but he's not as good as Jim Carrey at The Claw.
Don't remember it.
Okay, good. You know who is great in this? David Harbour.
Yeah.
He's the best. He's going to
Pretty
make
good.
a great Hellboy.
Yeah, that's true.
Even better than Ron Perlman, Mason?
Ooh, who's to say?
I'm asking you.
Oh, yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I think you'll be as good.
Okay. Wow. I wasn't aware that was an option there. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of scenes between him and Eleven, and I think that's some really good stuff there, and they really bounce off each other well. Yeah. You know what I like about that guy as well? He looks like a real guy. Like, he's kind of balding, he's a bit doughy. You know what I mean? Like, he looks like a real person that you could meet or know. Or is a guy in your friendship group that's just real surly and enormous. Yeah,
Sure.
He feels like a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about this?
Yes.
Barb.
Yes.
She died in the last season.
Yes.
Still feeling the effects of that. Her family's still looking for her, even though she's stuck in a horrible world. And
Wait, is she stuck there or is she dead?
well, her body's there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Nancy and Jonathan, who was caught with cocaine, that actor, the other day at the airport or whatever. Apparently. Don't know anything more about that. But yeah, they kind of, more Nancy's kind of just to lie to the parents and pretend that she could still be out there. And
Yeah, right.
yeah, it's pretty terrible. But I don't know, because this is a minor spoiler, but
They also seem to, all the characters seem to have more concern for Barb in this season than they did in the previous season.
Yes.
Where like two
That's a fan
episodes later,
reaction,
people are
right?
like, oh, who cares?
yeah. Do you think that's a fan
Yeah,
response?
totally,
'Cause
yeah.
People
Yeah.
love that character.
Yeah.
Yeah, they develop Nancy and Jonathan's relationship in this as opposed to Nancy and Steve.
Right.
But I think Nancy and Steve are more interesting together, even though he's kind of like the cool guy.
Yeah.
And I think I like that character more.
Yeah.
Is that just me? He's just got great hair.
He does have great
he's
hair,
good
yeah.
with kids.
Yeah.
He looks like John Ralphio.
But also, yeah, that's true. But also, I don't feel he cared. I don't know. Maybe he does have deep feelings, but it seemed to me his whole vibe was like relationships, not for me, kind of thing. You know.
Okay.
So he doesn't really care about the relationship he's in.
See, I think he did.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Anyway, maybe that's just...
Maybe that's it.
Maybe we just think different
Did this
things.
season feel to you like it was kind of a setup for Stranger Things 3?
There's a little bit of that, yeah.
I kind of...
Do you want to get into spoilers then?
Yeah, let's get into spoilers.
Yeah.
But you know what? Best series ever. I had a good
Yeah,
time.
I had a
with
great
this.
time. I mean, you've probably got Netflix, so I guess watch it.
Just watch it, yeah.
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 And it's only 9, which is great.
That's true, yeah.
So good work. Yeah, so what do you think then? Where do you think they're going to go with 3?
I think I think that towards the middle when 11 met 8
Yeah.
and met all 8's wacky friends, I think that was definitely... They were putting out the feelers for a spin-off there.
Right, okay.
I think they were like, yeah, okay, we're going to...
see where that goes.
Yeah.
So I felt like I liked that stuff with 11 and her sister and whatever, but I think there was a lot of episodes where they just needed to kind of get her out of the way.
Yeah, right.
So this is from Matt, who the editing Matt
Yeah.
said 11 really should have just been in this shouldn't have been in this season because she has nothing to do, and it kind of ruins her sacrificial death last season. But I see why they put her in there because she's super awesome and stuff. So I feel like you probably could have brought her back later in the season. They really sidelined her and then went, you know what, she can have her own adventure.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I think you could have revealed in episode 6 that she was always living with David Harbour.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I mean?
Okay,
I don't
sure.
think, but you're right though. I think that stuff is probably setting up season 3. Do you think there's going to be like a bigger monster? That monster's going to come back?
I hope so.
It's a
Because
smoke
again-
man. What is it? What is going on there?
Yeah, I don't know, but the most disappointing thing for me in this season was that they just went, okay, what's more threatening than a Demogorgon? 50 of them.
Yeah, and same. That's the aliens thing.
Yeah.
There's even like a go into the nest scene.
Yeah,
just like
right.
aliens. Yeah, and even that monster is like the queen. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
the alien
right.
queen. Yeah.
But I think, but Aliens was more impactful for some reason for me. I don't know why that was. Maybe because
Was it Hicks?
maybe it was Hicks.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just inherently more terrifying.
Yeah, I
the
think that's
Demogorgon
definitely
should
true.
be. But
But we've seen it. We've seen like 1,000 variations of the alien since then. So that's
Yeah.
probably part of it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So the stakes were higher, but the stakes have never been lower.
That's
is what you're
very
saying.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So like, do you think this big... Do you think it's going to get physical in the real world? This big smoke monster?
I hope so. I mean, all the promotional material, I assumed that was some sort of... It looked like a giant Cthulhu
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of tentacled, slimy, giant creature kind of thing. But just to have it be smoke
Yeah.
didn't really...
Do you think that's a budget
didn't-
thing?
Look, maybe I'm just Shania Twaining it, but that did not impress me much.
Impress you much?
Did not impress me much. So,
Good.
Don't know, yeah.
You want a giant Brad
I want
Pitt
a
breaking through?
yeah. I don't know. And it also, I don't know. It didn't even feel really like there was any kind of. I kind of was expecting there to be some sort of more of a mastermind behind anything. Like,
Right, yeah.
it didn't really feel like there was even that much intelligence behind it. Really,
No.
it was just an instinctive.
No, see, I think there was because it lured all those soldiers into a trap.
That's true.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
working through will to... By the way, that kid's a great actor.
Mm.
Like, he does, like, screaming and pain and terrifying and
sure, yeah.
scared really, really well. And I love the bit where Sean Astin's like, you should confront your fears. And then he does, and it's, like, the worst thing he could possibly
Right?
do.
Yeah. The lesson there: parents not always
Yeah,
right.
shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't trust your stepdad.
No, definitely not. No, I mean, if he's a good bloke.
Yeah, it could be a
obviously,
good bloke there, couldn't he? Eh? Yeah, it could be a bloody good bloke.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so it'd be weird, like, next season if all of a sudden, they're just going to have a big smashy monster. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
the kind of... The thing
It
seems
felt
to...
a little bit Heroes. Remember Heroes?
Yeah, I remember when I had to watch Heroes because there was nothing else.
Yeah, remember
Like
the,
it, yeah.
the dark days.
Yeah, yeah.
It's when we were in the upside down world.
Boy, were
Just
we.
a world falling apart. And you could only watch Heroes on network TV with ads. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, so what way do you mean it was like Heroes? Because there were
Ah,
so many heroes in this?
yeah, but also it felt like they were kind of introducing more caricaturesque. That's not a word, but more like
Caricatures?
Yeah, more like character archetypes, you know, that were not fully three-dimensional
Like the
characters.
like the conspiracy theory guy?
Yeah, Brett Gelman as the conspiracy
yeah.
guy. I enjoyed him, but also like, you know, there's a punk guy and there's a big
Yeah.
bruiser guy, what have you. Like it felt more like we're gonna put together a team and it's gonna be the Warriors and it's the X-Men.
Yeah,
kind
right.
of thing.
Okay, sure. Except one of them had powers and the rest of
Yeah.
them did
Are we
not.
gonna see the remaining? How many's left? 9.
There'd have to be 9, yeah. Because I don't think there was anyone after 11 unless they escaped. But
Yeah,
So there we go. We got our seasons mapped out, don't
That's
we?
right,
I think they
yeah.
want to do 4.
they want to do 4.
Is
Yeah.
that right? Yeah. Yeah, you know what? You're saying like there's a lot of like tropes of like, oh, the caricatures of whatever. But I think it was interesting in this, they made the government not the worst. Like the Paul
Yeah,
Reiser
right,
guy
yeah.
was he didn't really know what he was doing, but he was trying. And so was kind of other people in that facility. They weren't trying to hurt Will or 11. They wanted to kind of fix the problem that the previous
Yeah,
kind
right.
of team had done. I
Yeah.
liked that. Yeah. And I also like, see, I think the other thing that Beast was.
And that throws you for a loop because you assume Paul Reiser,
Yeah.
he's either going to be a sinister company man like in Aliens,
Yeah.
or the guy from Mad About
Mad
You.
About You. Yeah, exactly.
A loyal husband to Helen Hunt.
Yeah. He was more mad about you, wasn't he?
He was a bit more mad about you, yeah.
He was mad about bloody diner food, wasn't he?
Yes.
Well, he had one meal.
Yeah.
But he was bloody mad about
Mad
it.
about it. He was mad about it.
Yeah, but no, I think the monster was kind of... I think it had more depth than... I don't think it was just instinct. Because even things like... It was trying to get through the hole in the wall. So it just made tunnels. And whatever.
Yeah,
like,
right,
I thought
right,
that was
right.
interesting. I mean, you could just say that's a instinctual root
Yeah,
system,
see, it
whatever.
felt more like, yeah, like bees or something.
Yeah, but even the way it could control the Demogorgon and whatnot. What do you think about the friendly Demogorgon? I mean, it paid off, didn't it, Mason?
Did it?
Because he was friendly and then they escaped because they gave him a nougat.
That's true.
Yeah,
Thought it was fine.
good.
Yeah.
Did you always knew that was going to be a bad thing? It seemed like a bad thing from the get-go.
Oh, for sure, yeah. What else was it going to do?
Yeah.
You know?
You know what I think this show did not benefit from?
What's that?
Like the mad publicity tour the kids went on in between seasons.
Right, sure.
I think it would have been...
They've done a lot of red carpets,
Yeah, I think it
haven't
would
they?
have been better if they kind of disappeared. Because it was easier to see them as real kids in the first one because you'd never seen any of them before.
That's true.
And they wrote stuff in, you know, the guy who had no teeth in the first season.
Yes.
He really had no teeth.
Huh.
So it was, and they wrote some aspects.
Does he
of
have
the
teeth
character.
now?
He does now have them now. Yeah, I think I got them put in or whatever. It's a condition where you bones in your jaw don't develop properly. Or
Oh,
something.
right.
But yeah, I think it would have been easier to kind of come back into this universe if I hadn't seen them on, Kimmel or what. Not that
Yeah,
I watched
right.
Kimmel,
Couple
but-
karaoke,
Yeah,
I assume.
exactly. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think, I mean, they were all good. I think they were all really solid. But yeah, I think maybe that hurt this season just a little bit.
Maybe.
And initially, at least, yeah. But at least none of them got real weird looking.
It's true. They just remained real weird looking.
Yeah, for now. I
Yeah.
think in the next few years we're going to see some height discrepancies. One of
Yep.
them's going to get super good looking, but you don't know which one. It's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be
true,
completely
yeah.
unexpected. Yeah, exactly. It'll never long bottom it. You know that guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What else, Mason? Dragon's Quest is a shit game, isn't it?
Dragon's Lair?
Dragon's Lair, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was,
What a game.
Disagree.
Garbage.
Yeah, no
I
good.
mean, I like the animation, but that's a bullshit. That's a quick time event, that entire thing.
Absolutely it is. And it was a quick time event that cost like $2 to throw, you know?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Is that,
Well,
is that about it? I
think
can't
that'll do
remember.
it. I mean, it's good. Oh,
Yeah.
You literally just finished it, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Maybe you do go Smashy Monster in the next one. Because you
I'd hope so.
can you do another conspiracy?
I guess that was how did it feel moving out of the town? You know, when 11 went on her little trip?
Felt okay, I think.
Did it feel okay? Okay.
Yeah,
Felt a little,
yeah.
I don't know, a little disconcerting.
Yeah, no, I think it was probably some of the weaker stuff because I think that again came down to what do you do with 11?
It
You know what I
feels
mean?
it feels more Stephen Kingy, I guess, or more
Yeah.
80s nostalgia. If it's all,
in the one.
I guess it's
place.
a fine line because if it's always set in the same small town,
Yeah.
the question always becomes, well, why don't they just leave the town? If
Because
they
I
just-
guess not everyone knows.
That's true.
Yeah. It's weird like seeing season 1 and then seeing it and then coming back to this.
Yeah.
Like it's the bloody it's a hot topic.
It is a hot topic.
Getting kids to fight a weird thing.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. You know what else is good about this?
What's that?
The adults believe the kids a lot of the time.
That is good,
It's
yeah.
very refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is nice.
All right. That'll do it.
I think so.
Well, Mason, we've got to do our next segment.
Oh, what we're eating?
What we gonna read?
My goodness.
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? Actually, before we do that, I got some tweets from people,
Okay.
and then we'll do the theme song.
Okay.
This is from Jonah Jones.
Ooh.
Can we have 20 minutes on the hair in Stranger Things in Monday's Weekly Planet Pod? Man, yeah, we can talk hair.
Pretty good hair. Well, look, we mentioned David Harbour.
Yep.
Regular man hair.
Regular man hair.
Pretty great.
Steve's got amazing hair.
Amazing
obviously.
hair.
We'll find out the secret behind his hair.
Yep.
Great
Oh, yeah,
mullet.
that's right, yeah.
Good lift.
Yeah.
What do you think about the kid's hair at the end? The kid who did his hair up at the school dance.
Oh, yeah, that's fun, yeah.
Yeah. Because he bloody loves Steve, doesn't he?
New Bully's hair, absolute garbage. Again,
Yeah, that's a weird rap
I think I've mentioned this before, but if I acquired a time machine, I would just go back to the 80s and be like, you guys look like idiots. That's what I do. You look so stupid with your stupid hair. You think you look cool, but you don't look cool. You look stupid.
Yeah, it's not
embarrassing.
It's not a good look, is it? Yeah.
Embarrassing. You all think you're cool, but we all think you're the biggest losers in 2017. Look at you idiots. Look at you. This is called a website. It's called BuzzFeed, and here's the worst. Here's the 100 worst
you're all
prom
on it.
photos of all time, and you're all on it, you idiots.
I mean, that's not going to happen for us, is it?
No, we look fine. We
And we
look
always
fine.
will,
We all
yeah.
look fine. Everybody listening, you all look fine. Just wear whatever's trendy. You look fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? You don't want to go too trendy. I feel like I go safe. I'm like nothing too crazy with a haircut,
Yep.
jeans and a t-shirt. I feel like that you could wear that forever.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm a bloody Mark Weldon, mate. Get a bloody.
That's
Any other hair? 11 grew her hair out a bit.
yeah.
I don't like Evil 11. Didn't really care for any of that.
Yeah, that's right.
Come
yeah,
on.
she had a little 80s new wave goth
Yeah, no.
meltdown there.
No,
That was
thank
pretty
you.
fun. Yeah.
It's from Aaron. Oh no, sorry, that's a tweet for later.
Oh.
Sorry. Vaughn says, just finished watching Stranger Things. I loved it. What are your thoughts on it? Did it hold up for the first season?
We just did
We
a
just-
whole
Aaron,
episode on
we're
it.
not-
Aaron.
Actually, that was Vaughn.
Vaughn.
But Aaron also.
Come on, mate.
Here's a question. This is from Metal Eugenio.
Ooh.
Which of the Stranger Things cast reminds you of yourself? Probably the most pathetic one.
Good question.
They all kind of blend. I don't know. They're all
What?
they're all nerds.
Yeah, they're
all
always at the
unpopular.
just the main cast.
I guess. Let's say when you're a kid.
Oh, you're probably Dustin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably not wrong.
Yeah.
You look like him.
Thank you.
With your no teeth.
Oh, what? Come on, mate.
This is from
I've
pronounceable
got one
name.
big teether, all right?
Yeah.
I use it for opening cans.
Steve was the only one to go through a real character arc, and look where that got him. Hashtag justice for Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got done by in the end, didn't he?
I think Sean Astin also went through a bit of an arc. See
Yeah.
where that got him.
Torn apart
Torn to pieces.
by weird dogs.
Yeah.
All right. Now I think that will do it now, Mason.
Yep.
Shall we do it?
Famous segment.
What are we reading?
What are we going to read? Are you going to put the theme in twice?
Yeah, should I?
Because we introduced the segment earlier, and then we introduced it again.
I don't know, man. Like
Yeah.
it's a bloody roller coaster,
Yeah,
isn't
isn't it though?
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today?
it? What are we doing?
Yeah.
What have you read, Mason?
Let's see. I'm up to date on all my comic books. It's good. I've been up to date on Injection, which is a good one. I bloody like. I've recently started. There was a sale on. Speaking of Hellboy, there was a sale on a whole bunch of Mike Mignola stuff. I think in Comixology. So I repurchased Hellboy in Hell volumes 1 and 2, which that's like the final Hellboy arcs. I'm gonna give those a reread because I haven't read that in a while.
So this is the original run.
That's correct.
How many issues in the original run, roughly? Do you know?
No idea.
100?
Less than that, probably.
200?
No, but no, it's like you listen to me say 100 and you ignored it.
Yeah,
Come on, mate.
that's what I did.
All right, good. Good. As long as we're on the same page. What else? I'm up to date on, I think I've mentioned this before on the show, Spy Seal. New episode of Spy Seal, new issue of Spy Seal came out.
Are you saying Spice Seal or
Spy
Spy
Seal. He's a
Okay.
seal, but he's also a spy.
Like Perry the Platypus.
Yes, but it's also like Tintin. It's if you like Tintin as a kid, you should
No.
read Spy Seal. Really?
Nah, I hated it.
Did you really?
He's a big dope.
He's a big... Well, that's true. Look, in rereading Tintin as an adult...
He's very boring as a character.
But also, he's a very bad role model for children.
Yeah.
Because he is constantly sort of running headlong into danger and not dying just through sheer happenstance.
yeah,
Constantly.
exactly.
When he goes to America.
The gas, right?
Yeah, well, we've definitely mentioned this in the show, but it gets me every time. That he's like a 14-year-old boy reporter, and he runs afoul of the Chicago mob,
Happens.
who lock him into a room and fill it with nerve gas, deadly nerve gas.
Yeah.
Then they take his lifeless body and they throw it in the Chicago River, and then they go back to their boss.
They forget about it.
They forget about it. They go back to the boss, and the boss is like, "You gave him the wrong gas. You only gave him knockout gas."
Why do they even have knockout gas?
I don't know. They're the mob.
Why do they have nerve gas?
Yes, where'd they get it? And they're like, and he's like throwing him into the river. What? Just wake him up. So they go back to the river to go get him, but he gets the drop on him, and he just sticks his finger in their back and goes, "I've got a gun. Give me your guns." And they go, "Okay." And then he's like, "No, I've got 2 guns. Before I had no guns." But like,
And then he kills him.
I don't know. I can't remember what he does. But first of all, they could have just nerve gassed you. Your heart
Yeah.
would have shut down. And your brain, you would have died. And then even if you knew they were going to give you knockout gas, if you get thrown into a river and you're unconscious, you're just going to drown. And then you're like, "Hey, I got a gun." Why wouldn't they just turn around and shoot him?
Yeah.
He's avoided death 3 times there by sheer chance.
Yeah, just in the one comic as well.
And then later on in that
There we
same
go.
comic, he's on the run from I think a tribe of Native Americans who want to kill him for some
Right.
reason. And then he dives into a hole.
I bet they're very accurate portrayals of Native American culture.
You know, Hergé got a lot less racist as the series progressed.
Well, most people did, I
Yeah,
think.
that's
so as
true.
time progressed.
Anyway, he dives into a hole, and then they board up the hole, and then he's like, "Oh, I guess I'm trapped in this cave until I die, because I can either go out, I can't go out that way, but if I go out the other way, there's just a cliff.
This isn't a
and I'll
cave.
die."
This is my house.
That's right. And I've got a helicopter. No, but then he just digs through a bit, and then he strikes oil, and he escapes on like a jet of oil.
What?
Yeah.
And he's rich.
Yeah.
Because he's got oil. See, I liked Asterix.
And in the subsequent issue, he gets shot with in the Tintin universe. There's a like a toxin, and if you get like shot with a dart of this toxin, you go irreversibly mad.
Okay.
And then at one point he gets shot with a dart of it and he's like, oh, I've gone mad, woo! And then he's like, wait a minute, I haven't gone mad because somebody just switched out the poison for water. But he put himself in the position where he could have been shot with a dart.
If you're putting water directly into your bloodstream, that's probably fine.
It's probably fine,
I
yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Anyway, you should read Spy Seal because it's
better than Tintin.
it's better than Tintin.
Did you ever see that Tintin movie?
No, I never did.
I heard if you love Tintin, you'll love it.
Oh.
Yeah, but I didn't. I was more of an Asterix guy.
Wow.
They're always beating up Italians. That's what I'm about. You know that about me.
Yeah, I know that. That's true.
Just to
Also,
be-
did you
Just
know
to be clear, I don't hate Italians. My wife is part Italian, which I guess means my son's Italian. I don't like that, but that's...
Oh,
Mamma
che
mia.
disastro. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Very much so. There's also, did you know there's a Silver Surfer series that just wrapped up?
No, looks vintage.
It looks vintage, right? That's so it's Michael Allred who did Madman.
Madman.
No, not Madman. It was no. You've gotten all this wrong. Anyway, and Dan Slott, who did a great run on the Thing many years ago, which I enjoyed. Anyway, this has apparently been quietly running for several years, and I had no idea. It's one of those ones that the creators get banked up on something else.
Yeah.
They just release an issue every 4 months or something. It's one of those. Apparently, it's really good. So I'm going to go back. There's like 14 issues, so I'm going to go back and give that a
Chip
read.
away at it.
Yeah,
Great.
great stuff.
Mason, we saw Thor Ragnarok, which we'll
Yes,
talk
we did,
about
yeah.
next week because it's not out in all parts of the world.
That's true.
But also, I borrowed a Nintendo Switch from my brother because it turns out that I'm probably going to America over the weekend, which is weird, to play Battlefront 2,
Right.
I guess.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to come home.
You seem so sure of yourself and positive about it.
Well, I don't
so
know
that's
whether
great.
it's really going to happen. And also, it seems like a real hassle for 3 days.
Sure, absolutely.
But, so yeah, I don't
So
know
you've
how...
been playing Super Mario Odyssey,
I mean,
see.
yeah, I bought it. And it's, you know what? That system's pretty clever. Like the whole setup.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Like just the way it works. It's, the way the handheld and Claire and I are playing some bloody Super Mario Kart as well, which she never plays video games and she hates everything that I like, including you.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep.
No,
Makes a lot of sense now that I think back on it.
But it's Odyssey's fun. Like I've only played it for like 20 or 30 minutes, but it's fun. Like it reminds me a lot of Mario 64, which I played a little bit. Which
Yeah. Does it feel Mario?
oh yeah. So
Who you fighting in it?
Bowser.
Oh, yeah.
I was a dinosaur briefly, a real big T-Rex.
Wario?
I haven't seen him yet. I don't know if he pops up.
Okay.
But
You have to, sure.
my hat's a ghost, Mason.
Sure.
In real life, help me.
Oh,
No, it's fun.
what's the in-story justification for the fact that your hat's a ghost?
You get beat up by Bowser and he tears your hat up. Goes into a fan or something.
Also, now it's a dead hat.
No, that you land in a weird world and everyone's a ghost hat who lives there, and then one of the ghost hats becomes your hat, and then what part of this do you not get? You're looking at me puzzled.
Yeah.
At the start, I'm like, why is there a story in this?
So they're all sorts of different hats.
No, it's one hat, but the hat can become different things.
No, I mean in the hat universe.
I don't know. They all look like top hats with eyes or ghosts.
I was going to
or
say, is
something.
there a top hat?
I
with
don't
eyes?
know, man. They're all top hats
But there's
with
a
eyes.
plumber's hat, a red
No,
plumber's
because
hat.
it turns into that when it helps you out.
Oh, interesting.
And then you throw it onto a Goomba
What's its
and you
natural state then?
A
This
top
is like
hat.
a scroll of hat. The
ghost
scroll
with
of
a
hats.
ghost with a top hat, with a big old white top hat.
And then it turns into a plumber hat.
Yes.
With an M on it.
Yes.
All right.
What? But if you throw,
Mario's got surprisingly good hair.
yeah.
I mean, it's hat hair, but considering under normal
thought he was
circumstances,
gonna
he never
be
takes
Bob
the hat
Hoskin
off.
bald?
You'd assume he was bald, wouldn't you?
Like Bob Hoskins.
Exactly, yeah.
Hopkins?
Bob Hopkins, yes.
Hopkins, yeah.
Yes.
Very good. Also, just quickly on the topic of Thor, last week we did for Thor Ragnarok for Caravan of Garbage, we did a really terrible Hulk game, which was boring and terrible. No, it wasn't. It was kind of fun.
Yep.
And this week we do a really terrible Thor game,
Which was no fun.
which was just
this
anyway. Watch those.
God of War knockoff. Ugh,
yeah,
no good.
just shit.
Could have been good, I feel.
Could have been good, but it wasn't.
It wasn't good, though.
Yeah. So
That's the trick there.
yeah.
If something could be good, you should probably make it good.
Yeah, I feel so that way about that. Mm-hmm. Is it? You know what is good, Mason?
What's that?
Letters from our
Oh,
lovely
yeah.
listeners.
Should probably play the letters theme.
You should.
Yep.
The classic one was letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away. Hang on, they're here right now. We're gonna do letters.
What is that face you just put on? You put on this wincing face. You look to the sky. You just stared at that light up there.
I was doing it, and then I realized it looked like Keyboard Cat.
Oh, I see.
Remember Keyboard Cat?
Yeah, that's a very current reference. That's very good.
Try to do your letter from the mailbag first.
Oh.
Mason's a mailbag aficionado. If you send him a letter, he'll definitely read it. That being said, often when I go into there, they're all unread.
Well, actually, that will continue this week because this week I've taken the letter. It's not even a letter. It's from the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates forum.
Oh my god!
They didn't know this was
While
going to
you're
be in
doing
here.
that, I'm going to do a letter because people go out of our way, mate. Their way.
Oh, you're gonna do a
send us-
letter, okay.
Yeah, to send us a bloody letter.
Anyway, this is from Charlie Lloyd on the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates forum. He was listening to the Weekly Planet on the campus shuttle earlier this week when this cute girl I've been interested in for a while got on the bus and sat down next to me.
Hello.
She asked what I was listening to and I answered
Oh,
casually,
no.
"Oh, it's an Australian comedy podcast." She said, "I love podcasts. What's it called?" And literally took out a little notebook to write down the name of the podcast. An image of this girl hearing red hot comic book movie news shooting up your butthole and then just being like, "Yeah, all right, I guess he's a weirdo," flashed through my mind. I panicked and said, "It's called Do Go On." Basically, there are 3 comedians. One of them reads a report and the other 2 just sort of dick around for a bit. So congratulations, Charlie. You've officially dogged the boys, my friend. That's what you've done. We got one rule here on this podcast. Don't dog the boys.
Don't be dogging the boys.
Don't dog the boys, mate. What have you done?
Who dogged the boys?
Charlie Lloyd.
This fucking guy.
Yeah, right?
But you know what? I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
He made the right call.
Well, he says he thinks he made the right call.
He did.
Yeah. But you've dogged the boys.
He's
is what I'm
absolutely
saying.
dogged the boys.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the letter for this week.
You dogged the boys, mate.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it. Oh, wow. This one starts with Mason is a dirty liar. It's from Nathan. Last week you guys read my question about James' poor attempt to avoid his hair dye story. This guy gets 2 letters. Should I continue with this?
Nah, burn him.
Okay.
You'll never know why I was a dirty liar.
I know, Mason said that was my only question. Not true. I asked for the context about the Las Vegas glassing story. Should I really tell that story?
Nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Anyway, a guy in my group got glassed in the face because he was in a fight.
Great.
I didn't know him very well. We got glassed, and the glass means hit in the head with a bottle or glass.
Yeah, right.
So now that guy forever has a big fucking scar down his face because
Yeah.
he got in a fight in a bar.
He's a wizard now.
Yeah, and a guy with a big scar down his face.
Yeah.
So basically, don't fight anybody in a bar.
Unless they've dogged the boys.
Yeah, and then
in a
obviously that's
horrific
fine.
manner, in which
I
case.
can't believe he bloody... Well, this one says, saving Fassbender's career.
Okay.
Over the past couple of years, Michael Fassbender has been in a string of mediocre bad films, such as Alien Covenant, Assassin's Creed, X-Men Apocalypse, and most recently, The Snowman. I've heard that's terrible. It looks great.
I don't know anything about it except like all the memes, because apparently the snowman leaves like a little. He's
Little
like the
snowman.
saint. He leaves a little snow.
A calling card.
Little calling card. It's a
Yeah.
little snowman, and so a lot of people have built memes around it.
Is there a role in a franchise you'd like to see him play and try and steer his career back on track? Like join Star Wars, the MCU, or should he go back to doing more low-budget indie stuff?
I've heard he's not a very good bloke. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. It's from Jesse Newell.
yeah. So
What did you hear about that? About him being a bad bloke in particular?
probably hitting women or something. I think that's his.
That's a big thing.
I
to
should
throw out
probably
there.
look into it before I'll just
You
bloody-
accuse a man of hitting
Yeah,
women.
okay, yeah. Oh, speaking of the Saint,
Yeah.
there's a apparently they attempted to make a The Saint series, maybe last year or this year.
They did?
Yeah, well that's the thing, and it didn't go through, but they put the pilot on Netflix as like a
Oh, who
movie.
plays the Saint?
Some rando,
Some rando.
British guy, but
That
it's
sounds
in
really good.
It's really bad. It's
I'm
no
gonna watch-
good.
I'm going to watch it.
It's not even good for TV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, TV's so good now. TV's
That's
the new
true.
comics or whatever we said.
It's got Eliza Dushku in it.
Okay, she's good.
Yeah, but I thought it'd be, but it's not good. It's no good.
There's not a girl Saint.
No, it's a man saint.
It's a man Saint.
It's a man saint. But also, you know how the saint traditionally leaves a calling card? It's got the little
snowman,
stick.
yeah.
It's got the stick figure man with the halo on it, right? He leaves a card with a stick figure on it, and it says the saint on it.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say he like leaves a USB.
Oh, yeah, that'd be so good.
It's got a paint file in there. It's just,
No, that'd be great. He leaves a Snapchat on your phone.
that's garbage. Just have him leave the calling card. You don't need to update it in any. Anyway, okay. This is from Aaron Spate
Ooh.
on Twitter. Hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. That's how you reach us on Twitter, or weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com, or apparently the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates
That's right.
group. If you want to dog the boys,
Yeah.
unbelievable. If you have to choose the Punisher or Justice League, what would it be? You can only watch one.
Oh,
Justice League. You've never seen the Justice League live action.
that's true, yeah. I mean, you could always get the Punisher in
other
Defenders
things.
2 or whatever.
Or Daredevil Season 2. Yeah. So it's Justice League,
Yeah, it's
right?
Justice League. Yeah, you're right.
right.
Yeah.
Also, like, the Marvel
I want to
Netflix-
see him fight a big grey man in a big burning CGI landscape with lightning and smoke. Can we please put that on the big screen?
I don't get it.
Yeah.
And preferably in 3D. Yeah, no, definitely Justice League.
Yep.
Yeah. Even though I genuinely don't know what way it's going to go.
Yep.
But obviously you got to see Justice League.
Also alleged domestic violence. So.
There you alleged.
Yep.
A lot of bad blokes at the moment. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming out.
So
Yeah.
many.
Well, we didn't talk
Good,
about the
let's
Harvey
clear 'em out.
Weinstein
Yeah.
thing.
Into the bin.
What a fucking
What a gross
piece of
dude.
shit.
Yeah.
What I don't get about that is,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's asked us for our opinion
No,
on this.
that's right.
But I don't believe that people didn't know because I'd heard things just on the internet. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like in passing that he's like the worst bloke in the universe.
Yeah.
How do you not know?
Well, I think everybody did. It's just they were like,
yeah.
yeah, it's all don't believe women and it's all, but if I say so, because that's the thing, like the idea that like if you know a bad guy and you like call him out, then you'll be a big old hero. But oftentimes if
It's not that way,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Like a lot of the time, if you have to be prepared, if you're going to do it, you have to be prepared for the fact that things are going to be really uncomfortable, you know, for everybody, and people are going to
And
be
you
like,
might not get work.
Yeah,
afterwards.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's like,
and the idea is you got to do it anyway, because otherwise, you know.
like, you know, with Rose McGowan, how
Yeah.
she, what's his name? The guy who did Death Proof.
Rodriguez.
Whatever. They didn't do it. He did the other one, Planet Terror or whatever.
Yep.
Like he cast her in that to spite Weinstein. So
That's
he'd have
right,
to pay
yeah.
for pay for
Yeah.
her role and whatever. Yeah. Yeah, he's what a piece of shit. And even like when people are like, oh, he's, you know, like he's sad and depressed and he's who cares? You fucked up so many people's
Yeah,
lives.
that's right.
You just abused your power for 30 years. And the people around you also aided in this. Like your assistants would bring people to your room or whatever. Fuck all those people.
Yeah, yeah.
Seriously. No good.
We're
Into the
against
bloody
it.
bin,
Into the
mate.
bin with all of
I
them.
mean, it's not a hard stance to take, is it?
no,
I mean,
it's true, yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah.
And look,
Well, look, as long as we'll just clear house right now.
Sure.
Like, it's not us personally.
Sure.
But as long as if we can clear out a whole bunch of people from Hollywood now,
yeah.
that would be good.
Who else?
Look, probably both the Afflecks, to be honest.
It could very well
I
be,
mean,
yeah.
as if Ben Affleck doesn't know what his brother's
well,
up to most
apparently,
of the time.
well, not only that, then the Harvey Weinstein thing. Apparently, he knew
Ugh.
also because there was that allegation. But
Hmm.
hey, man, I mean, look, there is also the other side of it that maybe you don't know the extent of it. Maybe you know he's a sleaze and a creep, which isn't as bad as raping somebody, obviously. But you'd still want to distance yourself from a person
Yeah,
like that. I
right.
assume.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Anyway, it's good we've ended this on a positive note.
now we got one more tweet.
Oh, great!
Josh Johnson sent us a lettuce. We mentioned
Very good.
lettuce from
Good,
last
yeah,
week. It's
nice.
a bit of a bloody callback. Would you rather watch Weekly Planet Pod? It's branding, Mason. You know I can,
I know,
I can
I
never
can-
not
yeah,
do it. You know
sure,
that, right?
yeah.
Would you rather watch a George Lucas Transformers or a Michael Bay Star Wars?
George Lucas Transformers.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Why?
Because Michael Bay Star Wars would be excruciatingly long.
And all the characters would be awful.
Yeah.
It would be, no, definitely. He'd take existing characters and ruin them. At least with Transformers, I don't care if he ruins Cade Yeager.
That's true,
I
yeah.
don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely. I don't think George Lucas Transformers would be very good,
Oh, for sure, no.
but tolerable, I guess.
But that's, I guess that being said, like all of Lucas's stuff is quite long as well.
Not as long.
No.
I think Attack of the Clones is the longest one.
Mm,
I think. And it's not like Transformers like nearly 3 hours.
that's true, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Lucas all the way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Bay into the bin, Mason, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
As a director?
yeah,
No
into
more
the
films?
bin. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he's a decent guy or not, but you know, just as a director into the bin.
I've heard people...
He's in the director bin, not the bad bloke bin.
Okay.
Currently, we could transfer him over depending on what we learn about.
It's like
him.
emptying like your little bin in your office into your regular bin.
That's correct,
That's
yeah.
what you do, yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah,
yep.
that's the show for this week, Mason.
Yep.
If you could wrap this up while
Oh
I...
yeah! If you want to say hi to us, you can go
I'm
to
gonna do
Weekly
the
Planet Pod.
Keyboard cat face while you do it.
Okay, that's very good. How long can you maintain it?
As long as I have to.
Okay, terrific. Weekly Planet Pod on Facebook and Gmail and Twitter and Bandcamp. We've got that Suicide Squad commentary out, as we mentioned.
man.
Pretty great. Let's see, Planet Broadcasting Facebook group, Planet Broadcasting Great Mates. Just look up that. You can also go to bloody The Weekly Planet.
Hell.
Oh, you can go to at The Weekly Planet on Twitter. I'm at Wikipedia Brown.
Yep.
What are you?
Mr. Sunday Movies.
Very good.
Sorry,
That's
I
okay.
was supposed to do the cat
You're doing
face still.
you're still doing keyboard
Keep
cat.
going, Mason.
Pretty
You
great.
got this.
Let's see. If you want to support the show, you want to chuck in a buck, you can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. You can go. Oh, he's doing keyboard cat. That's pretty good. You can go to the Amazon affiliate link in our episode description. You can click on
How is
through
the cat
there.
doing this? Sorry, keep going.
No, right? How can a cat play the keyboard? You don't even know. If you want to buy some stuff on Amazon, your regular Amazon shop, you want to buy some stuff,
Yeah, you can.
just click through there. We get a kickback. We've never figured out how it works. Usually they're going to cotton on. Then they're going to take it away from us.
They wouldn't dare.
They wouldn't dare. Would
For
fight
my
them.
dead body.
That's right.
Yeah.
What else? We've got some teas on tpublic.com. Just search for Weekly Planet.
Yep.
That's
That's it. Yeah, there's that Stranger Things one there, maybe. And that Thor one. If
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not
nice.
there already. Or it's there or it's not there.
Nice.
Cool.
Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for our themes. Thank you to everybody who listens. We appreciate it. Those
Thank you to
were
everybody
two
who listens
lunatics
but doesn't
in a
want to
room.
bloody tell their friends or girls that they're interested in about the podcast.
Oh,
You could
yeah.
be spreading the good word.
Yeah.
I mean, you made the right call.
Hashtag don't dog the boys.
I would have done the same.
Yeah,
thing.
same. Exactly, yeah.
Well, I'm still there's a reluctance.
I think if there was a cute girl in the shuttle and I wanted to impress her and I told she'd be like, what's your podcast about? I'd be like, it's called Do Go On. It's about three.
My name's Dave Warnicky.
Yeah, I'm Dave Warnicky.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still very reluctant to tell people what I do. Like there is a shame in this, Mason. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because when I go to, like, what's your YouTube? You know, you want to like it because often I don't like it. So you know what I mean?
I disagree. I think I bloody love it.
It's fine.
good fun.
It's better when it's not just me in a video. I feel because you can you can bounce off somebody. Anyway, Mason, that's
As
not
opposed to bouncing your bloody head off the wall. You know what
correct,
I mean?
Mason. All right, that's next week. Thor, send us your thoughts if you've got any
Your thoughts.
thoughts. Yeah, come on.
Thank you.
All right, see you next week.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates. I mean, if you want. It's up to you.